crap. It's been a while. How you doing, y'all? Um, Sorry, I've been MIA for I think over a year and a half now, and I think my last video showcased there was a lot of movement, changes going on in my life, and it's been a hell of a ride since. So currently, I've been focused on building a different brand of what I do in my day job. But I thought I'd come back just to kind of like shoot the shit with you guys. As you know, the world is looking wild. I'm trying to make sense of what the future may look like with AI and all these things coming our way. Even on YouTube, I watch YouTube videos sometimes, and how much of it is AI driven, which isn't bad all the time, but for the most part, like, you know, hate watching some AI generated trailers for fake movies. But I wanted to come here and just kind of chat about something that's been on my mind lately, and that's the just like life, the excitement of it has been dull. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's the constant bombardment of the news, whether it's wars, layoffs, AI, and what it's doing to the future, and all this fear mongering around it has really taken its toll. And I don't think it's only for me. It's across many people that I talk to. But for the last few months, I've noticed that even when awesome things happen, I've been very fortunate for the last two year and a half to 2 years. As much as I had struggles over the last, I'd say 8 to 9 months, things have been pretty good for me. I've been very lucky and fortunate, and I can only thank God for all that good that has come. But prior, I would years ago, I would be so excited to just see something cool, get a new video game, watch that movie that came out in the movie theater. Um, couldn't wait to get to that show that came out on whatever million streaming services there are, or even things at work. I actually like my day job, and some things will get me super excited, um, and and driven and motivated, and gave me purpose and meaning. But over the last, I don't know, I'd say 6 months, maybe less, it's been less so. Like, things that used to excite me, like part of my job is, I get to change a person's life, which is pretty phenomenal in many ways. And lately, it's just felt like it's just doing the next thing at your job. Like, it's cool, you know, it's fine. Or seeing, I mean, I really enjoyed recently, Project Hail Mary was the last movie I saw in the movie theater, and I really enjoyed it. But the enjoyment is not the same as, like, I don't know, when I watched Avengers Endgame in the movie theaters all those years ago, or the first time I went to go see Iron Man or Captain America and Winter Soldier, which is one of my favorite Marvel movies. And there was just this excitement, this energy, this vibration in the movie theater that was it was just super exciting to be there and just be around that kind of energy. And it could partially be that I'm lucky enough to have a hybrid role in my job, that I go in like once or twice a week. So it's not that I get to be remote, but I do live alone. So maybe that's what it is. It's something I've toyed with in my head, and we'll see as my company decides to start going in the office, and that might change. I actually don't mind going in the office, because I'm like, well, the remote thing was fun while it lasted, but I kind of am ready to go back in many ways. So, not all the time, 5 days a week, hell no. But, you know, 2 3 days, not too bad. Even four for the right place, as long as I could leave early, at least one day. um, but yeah, like, you know, things just lost taste. It's as if when you first eat, that's if you've, I don't know if you've ever gotten rid of a certain food group for a very long time. I remember doing like a 4 month like sugar fast, like added sugar. So I still ate fruit, but didn't no ice cream, no cookies, none of that. I do enjoy those things every now and again. And I remember having ice cream for the first time again. Woo! It was so sweet and so delicious that like, it just felt amazing to eat it. And then, after like the fourth or fifth bite, it kind of just is normal. Like your mouth feel gets used to it. Your body adjusts to the sweetness of the ice cream. And the way I see that, it's kind of like that's what happened in life. It's like I'm at that like ninth spoonful where I'm kind of getting full and it's not appetizing anymore. And that sucks, you know? Um, and I have thoughts of like maybe it's, is there purpose within having kids? Maybe I'm a little bit older and that's something I haven't done yet. Um, I do have my moments of peace when I'm with my dog and we're hiking, or with my girlfriend and my dog, and we're, walking around the area and just like there's parks nearby and whatnot. And we just go and chill at a park for a little bit. Those are nice, but it's like the exciting part of life. It's just has been removed to some extent. And maybe the last time I really felt like, wow, was I recently went back home to New York. It was so nice just being there. Whatever you may think about New York, I grew up there, so going back home is always like, has a good feeling to it. And going back to the places I used to always like frequent, my favorite pizza spots and my favorite restaurants, and eating that good food and just walking through the city and like, yes, hearing all the noises. Like that's what I grew up in. And there's some comfort there. And now I live in a very beautiful area. Like California is a beautiful state. Again, regardless of what people think about California, it has a lot of problems. But no one cannot say that this is one of the most beautiful states in the country, um, especially with like Tahoe and Yosemite, Joshua Tree, and all these beautiful places that exist out here, and all the national parks. You know, and it's like I live here. It's like, oh man, it's so beautiful, so gorgeous, and I've been to those places a few times by now. But again, just things are losing their flavor. And who knows? This could just be a moment in time, and that can change in the future. I try my best to stay as far away from the news cycle as much as I possibly can. But part of my job day to day is speaking to people, and sometimes people bring these things up. So, in order to connect, I like to stay up to date. I don't dig too deep, so I don't know details, just for my own sanity. But it still sucks. And then, I work in the tech sector, so of course, when I hear about layoffs, I'm gonna hear about it regardless of anything, just because I'm in that industry. So it's just unfortunate that these things are happening, and I can we can only hope for the best. I'm pessimistic, but also optimistic, or at least trying to be. And I've been really leaning on God as a person of faith, and just saying like I trust you that I've put my trust in you because I don't trust the world and like where we're headed. But there must be a plan behind all of this. Who knows what that is? But let me know if you're feeling the same way. I'd be curious. I sense it in there. There's like this feeling out there, and it's really hard to explain and like put your finger on it because it's an intangible thing. But yeah, we'd love to hear. Let's keep these conversations happening in the comments below, and I hope to just create more videos like this. Where I'm just sitting and shooting the shit, and hopefully we can continue a conversation in the comments and with enough folks commenting and subscribing and following. I'd love to do more of these in a live setting and just do it like live. Once I figure out how from a technical standpoint. But thanks for watching, and yeah, let's continue this conversation in the comments below.